Good morning, this is Rob from GRAF, and this week I'm going to do a roundup of the last 5 weeks trend videos. So the last 5 weeks I've been doing a video each week on the trends in the African economy and African society and demographics, and how that's going to cause Africa to awake, or at least most of the countries in Africa. This week I wanted to round that up and just summarize everything and go over the main points. And I've titled it The Giant Awakes. So the first big trend we talked about was population. There was also the issue of the population urbanizing, moving from the countries into the cities. But the population of Africa as a continent, it's the last continent on the world with a rapidly growing population. Currently, there's about 1.2 billion people. And by 2050, that's pretty much guaranteed to double. After that, there is potential for more growth, but then predictions and models get a little bit shaky. So it's an absolutely massive population of people who are really starting to grow in economic output and consumer confidence. You've got 89 cities across Africa that already have populations greater than 1 million people. And the other striking statistic we talked about was how they're leapfrogging ahead of us. There's already 122 million people in Africa with mobile money financial service accounts. The scale of Africa is absolutely immense. A lot of people don't realize it. The landmass is absolutely enormous. It's 3 times the size of Europe. This illustration here shows how you can fit inside the borders of the continent, United States, China, India, and most of Western Europe, with a little bit of space left over. That's 11 million square miles of land area. And if you remember, they've got 60% of the world's agricultural land. Water is available across the continent, in some areas more than others, but it's not always evenly distributed. You obviously have the Sahara Desert, which is a very dry area up in the north. Acceleration, that's all about economic growth. And then economic growth has been growing quickly and is just about to take off and grow an awful lot more. It's forecast that very soon, Africa will have $5.6 billion of consumer and business spending flowing around the economy. There are already 400 companies with turnover of over $1 billion. And again, recent forecasts have suggested that manufacturing output could easily double within the next 10 years as the economy awakens and grows. There is historic precedent. People don't realize it's going to happen until it's happening. In the last 2,000 years in Europe and North America, incomes stayed pretty stable, pretty constant, didn't change very much. Then from around 1820 to 2015 in Europe, we had a 20-fold increase in individual incomes. That change in Asia happened a lot quicker. Asia, that's a broad geographic description, their income increased tenfold between 1960 and 2015. And China, again, faster again, absolutely rampant growth. Between 1980, when they started to open up their economy to the market and capitalism, and today, they've had a 17-fold increase in average incomes across the whole country. So it does happen, and it's happening more quickly as technology and communications pervade the planet. Another interesting point is Africans' positivity. McKinsey did a survey a few years ago, I think it was back in 2017, when they measured consumer confidence and people's confidence in the future. And what they found was, in the developed world, so Europe and in North America, 60%, 65% of people thought that their generation had had it best and the future was going to be a lot tougher. When McKinsey did the same survey in several countries across the African continent, the ratio was reversed, and 60 to 65% of people there thought that the future was going to be significantly better than the past. They realized that their economies are growing and their wealth and health and social welfare were going to increase over the next decades. So complete opposite. And it is consumer confidence that drives countries forward and drives economic growth and drives economies. Anyone, any comments on the previous 5 trends or this summary? Just drop a message below, or send me a private message. Next week, we'll be moving on to a different topic, discussing water again. Thanks for now.